Ladies and gentlemen, hey, hi, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. Coming up later on this week, we are going to see the launch of Season 5 in Warzone, MW2, and DMZ. And per usual, with the launch of a brand new season, we have a massive weapons update coming at launch. This is going to include several new weapons. We also have an additional weapons update dropping with the mid-season patch as well. But alongside that, we also have new updates to the overall weapon arsenal, and we also have a weapon tuning update or weapon balancing update coming as well. So there is a lot to break down when it comes to just general weapon talk here in Season 5. So getting right into the overall weapons update coming with the launch of this season, we of course have several new weapons dropping in. It's an interesting selection this season for a handful of reasons, because there's a lot of options here that don't necessarily seem like they're fully new weapons, but they're going to be, which is just going to add even more chaos to the overall meta. But the first weapon we're seeing here is called the FR Avancer, not Advancer, but Avancer, which is kind of a strange name. But this is basically the FFAR from Warzone 1 and from Cold War, or the Black Ops 1 FAMAS, or some are even saying this is like the MW 2019 FAMAS, but it's just a blueprint build of it basically as far as the looks go. And this is how Call of Duty describes the FR Avancer. They say, with a blinding fire rate and exceptional maneuverability in the right hands, this aggressive bullpup rifle can dominate the battlefield. This fast-firing bullpup rifle is a mid-range behemoth that can neutralize targets quickly within a few dozen meters. Trained operators will know how to master the recoil pattern and tame its high fire rate. That may involve a trip to the gunsmith, but no matter what, it is a solid battle pass edition that is free for all those who can earn this HVT in a battle pass sector. It'll put in competition with other fast-firing assault rifles in its category, so operators that appreciate those should give the FR Avancer a test in the firing range, at the very least in Season 5. So it sounds interesting. I mean, it's certainly going to be competitive in the overall rifle category. Spoiler alert, as we're talking about all the weapons here today, usually the brand new battle pass weapons or in-season weapons are pretty strong because it's going to equate to them selling more battle pass bundles or more store bundles. So usually these are top tier meta weapons, and especially considering the rifle category is arguably the most popular in the game, it's probably going to be pretty competitive at the least. And then also, as they mentioned there in that little snippet description, it's going to be free for everyone through the Season 5 Battle Pass. You don't actually have to buy the pass to get this. You just have to go to that free access tier or sector and unlock it through that. So anyone can get their hands on this, or of course you can just go into DMZ and have a friend to drop it for you there if you got somebody like that in your friend group. Now, the next weapon is one that I'm particularly interested in for a lot of reasons. One, if it's going to actually be any good. Two, if it's going to be good enough to actually hang in the overall meta, like say in ranked or, just in general gameplay. I'm really curious to see how this will compete, but it's the Carrack 300, and this is a brand new sniper. Now, it might look very familiar because it seems to basically be the WA 2000 from like MW2. That is one of the weapons that we had leaked in the game files for some time that we talked about a handful of times already with like our basic leaked weapons list. So that's just, again, adding more credibility to those leaks at the time. But the WA 2000, the Carrack 300, whatever you want to call it, it's debuting as well through the Battle Pass. So this will also be free for everyone. And this is what they say about it. This semi-auto bullpup sniper rifle features an exceptionally high fire rate and unique design for best-in-class handling and stability when on the move. So it's going to be a super aggressive sniper. Built for the operator that claims they are a sharpshooter, it's free for everyone in the Season 5 Battle Pass, so time to see if the skill matches the talk. The Carrack 300 is a true sniper rifle with a semi-automatic bullpup design, effective even at the longest ranges. All it requires is an operator who can take a deep breath, keep calm under pressure, and line up a shot to the head or upper chest. This rifle may not be the first choice for certain play styles, but for those wanting semi-automatic takedown prowess over longer ranges, this is well worth taking into bigger maps, since it's going to be great for, spamming over those long ranges, basically is what they're getting at. I'm curious to see if this could almost be built to be more of like a battle rifle or a marksman rifle style weapon and not truly like a sniper, like the Signal, for instance. Like if you can make it more aggressive, is it just going to be like completely broken for that? Really curious to see how this one plays out. And by the way, as we're going through all the weapon updates here in Season 5, quick reminder, if you are new here, every single day I'm your one-stop shop for all things going on in COD, whether it's news, updates, patch notes, meta meta breakdowns, you name it, it's going to be right here. So feel free to hit that subscribe button, turn on those post notifications, and if you enjoy the video, let me know by dropping a like on it as well. Let's try and shoot for 1,000 likes on this one. And quick shout out to my friends over at Gamer Advantage. If you're going to be jumping into some Season 5 action here this week, leveling up the new guns, playing the new modes, checking out all that stuff, do yourself a favor, pick yourself up a pair of Gamer Advantage glasses. They are by far the most important and most essential part of my day-to-day setup, whether I am actually gaming, whether I'm just working on editing, browsing the internet, whatever the case may be. If you're looking at screens for long periods of time, these are going to help reduce eye strain, headaches. They're even going to help you sleep better at night. You can throw in code Immortal at checkout for a little discount there if you're picking up anything on the site, including my very own WhosImmortal bundle. Link for that will be down in the description below. Anyway, next up, we've got some of our in-season weapons, so these will be a part of the Reloaded update in a few weeks' time. First up here is the M13C. And I won't lie, I'm kind of confused why this is a new weapon, because it's basically a hybrid of the M13, which we already have, and the Bass P, which we already have. It's strange. They're classifying this as an assault rifle. They say the 300 blackout counterpart to the M13B. This full auto assault rifle is versatile and hard hitting as a main weapon or sniper support secondary. So it's going to be there to rival like the 74U, the Chimera, and the Razorback, I guess. It just feels like it's better off just being like an attachment to the M13 or an attachment to the Bass P and not being a full new weapon. But hey, it is what it is. I'm curious to see how that's going to stack up against the normal, M13 or even some of the other sniper supports. Currently, the unlock requirements for that one are redacted though. And then we have two other weapons dropping here, two other actual ranged weapons. The first one's going to be a classified SMG, which we actually get a preview of on the roadmap for Season 5. And this appears to be the MP5 SD. It's basically a suppressed MP5, and that's how they described it here with their initial blog reveals, saying the next SMG, arsenal upgrade is going to be a silenced option or a suppressed option. You might recall that a while back, Infinity Ward mentioned there was going to be an LM Nebula barrel coming for the MP5, and I'm curious to know if this is just that, but instead of just adding in a new barrel, they're like, hey, let's make it a whole new weapon, and it'll be the MP5 SD. So we've got that to look forward to. Then also a new pistol as well, and again, based off of the roadmap preview image of this appears to be the Staccato 2011, which we've also had leaked in the files for some time. Now, outside of ranged weapons, we do have one other new weapon coming to the arsenal, and that's going to be the pickaxe melee weapon. We don't really get all that many melee weapons anymore here in Warzone and MW2. In past years, we've seen a lot of them sort of spammed every single season. Not the case this year, but the pickaxe is dropping with Season 5 as well. And of course, beyond the actual new weapon updates themselves, we're also going to see a new weapon balancing update or a weapon tuning update to buff and nerf various different meta options here. And of course, we just had one the other day that primarily corrected some of the more broken weapons in the game. Things like the pistols, the Basilisk or the Akimbo snake shots, and the fully auto X13 were crazy broken. The Cronin Squall was super dominant. It sort of corrected that, and we have a much more balanced meta now. The Cronin is still all right, but the TAC V is especially good. The Lockman 762 could be extremely efficient if you're super accurate. So really with this next meta update, as far as like predicting this stuff goes, usually I'm pretty accurate when it comes to it, but this season could be a wild card update. Like, if I had to guess, my initial looks would be towards the assault rifle category, maybe buffing those to be more competitive long range, just because battle rifles and LMGs are just dominating that area right now. Most of the rifles are like all right, like the 762 is okay, the 545 is okay, but they're not really as competitive as some of the BRs, even some of the marksman rifles, and especially the LMGs. Or on the flip side of that, we can maybe see some LMG nerfs to bring more value to using some rifles instead. Curious to see that though. I feel like the close range meta is pretty defined. Long range though is constantly changing and evolving, and I think that's probably where most of the focus is going to be. But the weapons update does not stop there. We have a few other additional changes and new implementations coming that affect all weapons in the game. Initially, we have a new Champions Quest weapon reward going to be dropping here. There's going to be the Champions Quest debuting for Vondel Battle Royale. Obviously, Champions Quest or the Nuke Challenge has been live on Al Mazrah for some time, but now for completing this on Vondel Battle Royale, you'll end up getting a brand new MP5 blueprint that looks pretty cool, so that'll be an exclusive weapon dropping here in Season 5. We also have a new max level blueprint dropping as well. So once you hit max prestige for this season, you'll be able to get that brand new blueprint for that. Nothing too crazy there as opposed to the Champions Quest reward, but still a new exclusive weapon blueprint nonetheless. Then lastly, the final universal weapon update we have is in the form of a new weapon camo event. This is going to be dropping with the mid-season update, similar to how for the past couple of seasons, we've had new camo events dropping with the mid-season. You know, the diabolical camo challenges for the boys crossover. We had the cherry blossom ones a little while back. So we've got another one of those events coming up with season 5 reloaded in a few weeks time. And that'll be a new universal camo, or maybe a couple of new camos to apply to every single gun in the game. And that being said, that is everything we currently know about the weapons update for Season 5. Of course, once the patch notes drop, we'll have full details on all the weapon buffs and nerfs and any other changes that are going to be happening for attachments or anything like that. And once those are out, I'll be covering them ASAP, so stick it here for that alongside everything else going on in COD. Make sure you are subscribed with those noties turned on, and if you enjoyed the video, let me know by dropping a like on it as well. But once again, thank you so much for tuning in, and until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.